Hi everyone, today you're joining me on this abandoned railway line connecting Belgium to France. I originally came here to ride a train that used to transport crushed stones from a nearby quarry all the way to the beating heart of Paris. It is a beautiful stretch of railway, trailing along the Meuse River, cutting through lush hills, authentic villages and endless fields. So I first heard about this train about a year ago, and ever since I'd been wanting to ride it. But I waited. I wanted the perfect time, when the weather would do the landscape justice. Now that the trees have their leaves and the air is warmer, the train is gone with the wind. Apparently, Paris no longer needed its crushed stones and the contract with the quarry is suspended. This was the last active freight service on this historical line. I still want to see the line though, and luckily there is a bike trail that runs parallel to the railway. So I stopped by a local bike shop and asked if they had something cheap in stock. Turns out they had a pretty sweet one at a good price. So this is my ride. The front light doesn't work anymore, there is some rust here and there, and sometimes it makes like a squeaking noise, but for the rest, this bike is perfect. The silver lining of switching from train to bike is that I get to travel on my own pace. I can also carry more, and I don't need to wait in the yard for hours on end. Well, I'm not really sure about the last one, because my plan right now is to ride along this railway line and check every yard out. Some yards still see some sporadic traffic, and maybe we just get lucky and an occasional train pulls up. If I see a train, which is proper for riding, I will ditch the bike and continue by train. So first I'm gonna check out this yard right here. The yard of Givet. There shouldn't be anything, but yeah, I just want to see it with my own eyes. This is the not so silver lining. Every time I go somewhere I have to take these bike bags, otherwise my stuff gets stolen. Okay, so to the left right here is the active yard. There is still like passenger service on that line. It's not that the line is totally abandoned. This part is abandoned. They cancelled the cross-border connection from Belgium to France. There have been some talks of reopening it, but as with most talks about those topics, nothing ever happens. Well, seems really dead. No wagons, not even any abandoned wagons. And yeah, these are the worker houses, I guess. Maybe it's also abandoned now, but they look pretty new. Yep, not gonna wait around here for anything. So they call this part of France La Diagonale du Vide. Literally translates as the empty diagonal. It's a region marked by economic decline and rural exodus. So from the 19th century until well into the 20th, this region was alive with industry and craft, metalworking, textiles and also weapons manufacturing. Especially along the Meuse River, the industry was flourishing because it was a very important trade route back in the days. But then it slowly began to fade. Global competition, automation, factories were closing and the people were moving away. Most people lived in these villages close to factories because they were working there. But when the factories closed down, there was no work anymore. So slowly but surely, the life drained from these communities. For visiting it's nice, because you see the authentic villages, not a lot of new built buildings, and also peace and quietness. But for those communities and the economy, it's not a good development. It's so desolated. Only some birds flying around. Okay, so I believe this is the beginning of La Voie Verte. So the first destination is Charleville-Mézières. We're not gonna get there today because it's quite far, and we're still gonna stop along the way to, oh yeah, explore some abandoned buildings and maybe also take a swim if the river allows it. use the sanctuary of the woods and the shade to make myself a sandwich, because I'm running on fumes now. Sick. He saw the GoPro, he wanted to flex a bit. So it's the hottest time of the day right now. So if I will get an opportunity to swim, I will definitely take it. Cool off a little. I haven't covered that much distance, but yeah, I just rather cover the distance in the evening when the temperature is a bit more chill. So we made it to the second yard. For this one I have like almost zero hopes. It's totally empty. I think on this line I'm pretty sure we aren't gonna find anything. Not one single active freight. However, when we get to Charleville-Mézières, over there is a different line that joins. And that line actually sees traffic. But almost every train blows past those towns. Alright, so now I'm in Vireux-en-Laye, and I'm gonna go a little bit further to a place where I can swim. Not the best road. It came from like the best bike road ever to like the worst one. It's only for a little bit. Afterwards I'll cross the bridge and I'm back on the trail again. It's just that I wanted to check out the yard and it was kind of trail. Okay, I need to cross here somewhere. Oh, a train. Look. This is definitely abandoned. Oh look, there is still a car in the driveway. A Kia. It still looks pretty fresh despite the circumstances. So let's hope nobody's outside. Oh, there's literally somebody there. Okay, let's first take a swim and then we'll check out the place. Oh. Finally. Biking in 30-degree weather is just not it. The thing is, like, when you're moving and you feel the wind, then it's doable, it's not that hot. But when you stop, that's when you really feel it, and then you're just overheated. It's definitely a different kind of journey. You're so much in control. Most journeys are not really in control, because you're kind of bound to the yards and stuff, and to the places where the tracks go, which, I mean, is alright, you know, because most of the times those places are interesting. But it's definitely a nice switch up, a breath of fresh air. Right, so the old lady's still on the lookout right there. I swear, old people are more dangerous than surveillance cameras. They literally see everything that happens. And it's like a dead end right there. It's such a small street. Half of these buildings are abandoned. I initially wanted to climb somewhere here where the car was, but yeah, she kinda has a view on me. So I think I'm gonna like try from the back. Damn. This is an entrance. Oh. Wow. It's an old typical French home. Still some plates on the table. Damn, it still looks good. What do you guys think? Let's spend the night here? There's still a piano here. Not bad, actually. I wonder how long this is abandoned for. See, I believe this was a hotel. Because there are like multiple rooms. This is a place where I can sleep. Too bad the windows are shut everywhere. There's no natural lighting whatsoever. Damn, what the hell is this? This is for in a syringe. What is the chance I just like start taking random pills from the abandoned hotel? Alright, let's go upstairs. Have to be careful on the staircase though. There is already a part missing. Wow. Entire pink room. It's like a princess bed. This is so cool. I mean, the ceiling is coming down. Doesn't look that good anymore, but still, what a unique room. Even a head, a woman's head. And this was probably the bathroom. Yup, the sink, toilet, a shower and a bath. This was probably a luxury place. Over here another room, a lot smaller. This was for the budget traveler. So much stuff again. A lot of like travel brochures and things from like all around the world. I bet if you take your time and actually start digging through this pile of junk, you'll probably find some pretty interesting stuff, maybe even valuable stuff. Another room, wow. This one is also pretty sick. Dude, this is creepy, man. A desk. Pretty curtains. Old perfumes. And this was probably, yep, a bathroom. Back in the days, this was probably a really beautiful place. I wonder what happened, what caused this place to shut down. Maybe the death of the owners and the family wasn't interested in taking over. Maybe bankruptcy. Wow. This was definitely the studio of the owner. There are a lot of paintings in the same style right here. An old typewriter also. Some more sheet music. It's probably a combination of his work and also paintings and pictures he would collect. We also find a lot of vinyls here, CDs, magazines. This is always the dilemma, you know. Real urbexers don't take anything. You know the saying, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints. But on the other hand, if I don't take this stuff, this is just gonna like disappear. It's a matter of time before the roof collapses and rain starts falling in. All this stuff won't even be recognizable anymore. And it's clear that there is no family to pick this up, because otherwise they already would have done it. Look. Conferencia, Journal de l'Université des Annales, 1929-1930. This is like 100 years old almost. There is like a mountain of history in this place. It's so sad it's all gonna be vanished in a couple of years. Very old bed. It even seems like the kind of bed where you cannot lie down. Back in the days when people went to sleep, they didn't lie down because then they thought they were dead or something. So they slept upright, like sitting upright. But yeah, these rooms are beautiful, of course. It's a bit trashed, but this one also. So pretty. At the whole keeping guard here. The view on the garden, which is by now very overgrown. Yeah, this place is abandoned for quite some time, I think. Let's check the bathroom out. Some more dolls. They're not the scary kinds though, they're the cute kinds, look. Yep, bath, toilet. And a lot of space. Okay, but let's get out of here. The steering wheel sometimes loosens. I can tighten it again, but well, I just hope it doesn't loosen right now. Yeah, being heavily packed is like a double-edged sword. Uphill it's terrible, but downhill it really gives you that momentum. The sun is setting. I'm gonna look for a sleeping spot right now. I kinda want it to be light when I set up. Also need a good place to stash the bike, or a place where I can take my bike with, you know, but if I wanna sleep somewhere on the ridge right there, that's not gonna be possible. Jupiler. I think this one is abandoned too. Restaurant chez Tonton Michel. Yeah, definitely bando. I think I'm gonna skip this one. Shut the glass. My worst enemy now. Man, this is the center of this town and it's so quiet. No cars, no people, just birds. Otherwise it would be like dead silent here. I'm not gonna go further than this town for today. I'm gonna find a sleeping spot somewhere on the outskirts. Well, at least somebody's living here. It's been uphill the entire time, not just a little. Okay, I kinda made it. This was insane. Map says it's like mediocre hill. Mediocre? Bro, it was 600 meters and like 60 meters of ascension. Wow. Wow. Okay, maybe I'll just pitch my tent somewhere here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this spot. Fucking hell, I already like locked my bike to a tree halfway down the mountain because I thought I saw a pet. Okay, gonna get the bike back, gonna get my bags, and then I'm just gonna immediately start cooking, man. My legs are jelly, my arms are jelly, you know the feeling. And there is this constant smell of like barbecue. It smells so good. Over there was like a little family gathering and they were barbecuing. I almost just stopped there and was like, yo, bonsoir les gars. Vous avez un petit brochette pour moi? Now that what the hell? The light is working. So I just laid the bike down, picked it up again, and now suddenly my light is working. Probably some bad contact. Here we are. And there you have it, dinner. So I used pesto alla calabrese, some pepper, walnuts, this stuff, I don't know how you say it in English, and then some Parmesan cheese. And I'm gonna enjoy it with a small bottle of red wine. Oh man, it's really nice, by the way. So delicious. yeah, I'm gonna pitch my tent right here in the field. I can also do it like in the forest, but I constantly hear a boar like roaming around. It's going like towards here, and then like when I get up, it just runs a bit further, but then always comes back. It's spring, it might have cubs. Yeah, I'm just gonna pitch my tent without the tarp on. I guess it protects you from the sun for about 5 minutes longer. Yeah, it's not really necessary over here. The sun will rise in the east, so the east is over there. So yeah. Constantly. I don't know what her or his deal is. There was like this little path right there, and that might actually be their path. That's why they keep coming here, because boars like to take the same route, you know. As long as I just stay here, do my thing, it should leave me alone. And otherwise, well, I guess we're gonna fight. So today didn't cover that much distance, and tomorrow I'll have to do a little more. It's still gonna be pretty hot, very hot actually. I hope the sun doesn't wake me up at like 7 in the morning, or a boar at like 3 in the night or something, trampling over my tent. I slept really great, didn't wake up even once. I do still feel slow and a bit groggy, but yeah, once I get on the bike, get to riding, it will go away. For breakfast, I got some edamame. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're these soybeans. You got to eat them with salt. And then just take out the beans from the skin of the plant. Very good and very healthy. And then this you can just throw away. Alright, time to go down. What yesterday took me 20 minutes is gonna take me like 2 right now. It's all downhill until the center. Then I'll cross the bridge, visit the supermarket, get some more water, some more food, and yeah, join the bike trail again. Well, I'm definitely going faster than the speed limit. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, my wheel is, my front wheel is acting up. Come on. Aha! Finally, we're back on La Voie Verte. Awesome. Feels good to be trailing along the river again. No more hills. Well, no more crazy hills, because it goes up and down, but not like we had to do yesterday or half an hour ago. Lovely gardens. Alright, the path is gonna go a little bit in the hills, So I'm gonna eat right here. I'm hungry. Nah, this is sick, man. And the cool thing is, I just saw a boat coming out of this tunnel, like a pretty big boat. So it's a tunnel for boat and bikes. I don't think I ever saw that before. So that building right there on the opposite side of the river, it all looks abandoned. So I want to check it out. Okay, I made it to the factory I'm walking now. They closed down this route because there was like kids biking here the entire time. So as you can see, the windows are shattered. It says like site surveillé par ASCII. I mean, it's a pretty big building, and apart from the broken windows, it seems pretty alright. So this might be a hard one, especially with all these bags, you know. It's such a nuisance, man. That's kind of interesting. The lights are on. There's a window open. Right, well, this part is definitely not abandoned. I just saw workers there and the gates opened, the lights were on. Okay, so the back side is abandoned. This is the parking of this new working, functioning company. So I only have to find an entrance now, which I haven't seen so far. It's all pretty damn shut. That would be too nice. Okay, now fuck this. I'm not even like sure if it's working or abandoned, because this is all new. This wasn't here on the satellite data. And then there's two cameras in the corner, which seems more modern than the rest of this building. Also like a new light. And then in the inside I heard like machines running, idling. So yeah, I just think I'm gonna continue my route and probably find something else on the way. Damn. I just saw this building from the street. Let's check it out. Ugh. Somebody definitely lived there. It seems all old. It doesn't really smell anymore, luckily. Well, hopefully the person isn't still living here. Yeah, let's not fall in there. Wow, the lighting in this place is sick. Fonderie Collignon. Fonderie. That's like a metal casting plant where they like pour, usually iron or steel, into molds to create like beams or heavy industry parts like engine blocks or other stuff. Yeah, this place is a perfect snapshot of the region's industrial past, and definitely a striking example of Le Diagonale du Vide. Okay, it fell from the plank. Imagine like a fish jumping up. Oh damn, an entire mountain of sand right there. And I think those are molds. Oh, these are definitely molds. A lot of different shapes, a lot of different smaller parts. You can actually tell that you're in a metal processing plant from the 19th or 20th century. This is like a woman's bedroom. Just one lone toilet. And then you have the men's bathroom. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 toilets. Oh yeah, also French toilets. This is how toilets used to look in France. Bonjour. Il y a quelqu'un là? What the fuck? You guys heard that? Well, I don't know what it was, but I'm not gonna check it out. I guess it was a rodent of some kind. I hope so. Over here we have some more molds. Yeah, they were definitely specialized in making machine parts. Whoa. And this is the office part. Ooh, a lot of documents still left. Divers, van week, got world. Clients. These are all clients. Maybe we can find some dates. I'm curious how long this place is abandoned for. Empty rooms. These are the offices probably. The administration part of the building. The kitchen. The break room. You know. Oh, what'd you know? 2016. That's actually not so long ago. Damn, this place decayed fast. Wow. Nice floor though. This might be living quarters of the boss. And afterwards probably a homeless man or junk. So the next village is Monthermé. And I'm on the wrong side of the river now. The bike trail runs on the other side. And the first bridge is also in Monthermé. So either I follow the end road or I take a passenger train for like 5 minutes and just skip this part. I think I'm gonna do that because the train is coming in a couple of minutes. That will buy me some time. The livery of this train is pretty interesting, to say the least. Those faces. Donc les 6-2, c'est supprimé. Ok, putain, ça va. Merci beaucoup. Ouais. Ouais, bonne journée. Hein. Of course. Alright, so the guy just came to tell me that the train is cancelled. You know, it would have been too easy. It would have been too easy, man. Taking a little break here. This is such a beautiful village. I'm actually glad the train didn't show up because the station is on the other side of the village. I wouldn't have seen this.
C'est le temps de l'amour. l'aventure. Quand le temps va et vient, on ne pense à rien malgré ses blessures. Car le temps de l'amour c'est long et c'est court, ça dure toujours, on s'en souvient. On se dit qu'à 20 ans, on est les rois du monde et qu'éternellement, il y aura dans nos yeux tout le ciel bleu. C'est le temps de l'amour, le temps des copains et de l'aventure. Quand le temps va et vient, on ne pense à rien malgré ses blessures. Car le temps de l'amour, ça vous met au cœur beaucoup de chaleur et de bonheur.
Well, there was no entrance to that building, but I'm glad I checked the neighborhood out. Another nice stop and another prime example of Le Diagonal du Vide. Even though there's people living there, you feel that the town, the life of the town is like deteriorating. And also at this town, I checked the statistics, and every year there is less and less and less people living. So I've been staring at these concrete structures for the past 5 minutes. I cannot get to them because it's full with like poison ivy and nettles and stuff. Does anyone know what these things are? I have no clue. Fuck it, I'm gonna check it. I wanna know. Ah, damn, these stingy. Come on, get out of here. Oh, yeah, that hurts. Okay. They seem to be permanently shut because it's screwed in the ground. This one too. I have even more questions. So if anybody knows, please let me know. Alright, I made it to Charleville, Mézières. Ooh, really nice alleyway. So I'm gonna go downtown, maybe find something to eat, find a place to stash my bags, and then look for a place to sleep, I guess. Okay, so basically there was this door open, just standing wide open. So I believe these are Airbnb rooms, but I think this one is like they're working on it or something. Wait, there's 1, 2, 3 coffee machines. The lamp is on the ground. There's like a bucket here, all these sponges, this stuff in the sink. Look at this, it looks amazing. Bathroom. It doesn't even have a bed or anything. It's just this. Mold right there and a lot of water damage. Nobody's staying in this one for sure. I might have just hit the jackpot. Dude, it's so overworked and it has hot water. I just need to unclose these little things. It smells also very stale in here. It's probably because of the water damage here, because all the windows are open and the blinds are down. So they have been probably open for a longer amount of time. And just for the record, I'm gonna like leave this place as I found it. Like they will never even knew I was here. The only chance is just that I get woken up in the morning by the owners, like working, renovating this thing, I guess. Alright, so now the next objective is finding food somewhere in this town at 1 in the night. The chance of finding a restaurant that still works is gonna be really small. It's probably gonna be like a kebab place or some other kind of fast food joint. Yeah, city's definitely alive. But you need to think it's Friday night. The weather is as good as it gets and the exams are over. Hell yeah, secured the bag. Even got a little discount since I spoke a word of Arabic and knew some of the more niche cities in North Africa. Traveling to like more obscure places definitely has its benefits. Oh yeah. It's not the most healthy food, but it's definitely gonna taste really good. Well, I think right now it's safe to say this was a very, very successful day. Good morning. I had a great night's rest. Got up pretty early though, because I was afraid that the owners would come and clean. But I slept for a solid 6 hours, so that's great. Today it's gonna be really hot. It's gonna be like 33 degrees, so I will not cover that much distance. I think I will ride until Sedan, which is about 25 kilometers. Here we are again, riding on the Voie Verte. So we're actually approaching our first active terminal, or well, at least it should be active. I don't know how many trains they drive out. I believe it's like a scrap terminal, so they drive gondolas in and out of there, which is pretty nice because I might even be able to bring the bike in the train. But yeah, like I said, the chance is really small. I'm actually not like counting on riding out of here, but I still think it's interesting to check out these places, because you never know. And afterwards, a little further, is a very big shunting yard. One active shunting yard and then one abandoned shunting yard. Alright, so 300 meters up the line is a railway terminal. I could hide all my stuff here, ditch the bike, walk the tracks, check it out myself, or I could just fly my drone. Normally I'm a bigger fan of like just checking out things myself, it's more interesting, but man, with this heat, it's yeah, it's not a wise choice. And besides, I think it's gonna be nothing anyway. Okay, so here's the factory. I believe it's a metal processing plant of some kind. So there you see the tracks, also a weighing bridge. You have some other tracks over here, but they seem overgrown. I'm pretty sure the railway era of this metal processing plant is over. Even the tracks leading up to the main line seem very overgrown and abandoned, so it's nothing. Well, thank God I have the drone, saved me a lot of time. Alright, so this is our first active yard of the trip, and I do actually see a connection standing, which is very interesting. I was not expecting that. As you can see, there is a string of hopper wagons over here, which is very interesting. Let's check it out. Finally, a train, man. Yeah, so I think it's part of a work train, a train that distributes the ballast on the tracks. No locomotive also, just a string of wagons. Well, at least it's something. Well, now I know why the ballast train was standing there. They're completely reconstructing the old yard. It's kind of sad actually, because there were some pretty nice abandoned buildings next to it.
Je me demande si les filles et les garçons si cruels, où sont mes vrais amis? Pourquoi je me méfie? Qu'a-t-on pu bien faire de tous ces sacrifices? Oui, personne n'est fidèle, mais pourtant la vie doit rester toujours belle. Et peu importe si l'homme reste si cruel avec ce qu'il est, il faut sans doute pardonner, mettre son ego de côté. Pourquoi tout le monde se ment et se trompe jusqu'à se traîner dans la misère la plus totale? Donner ma confiance et mon cœur, pourquoi ça me fait si peur? Est-ce bien normal? Non, ce n'est pas normal.
Et moi, je ne veux plus être la bonne voie. Je ne veux plus cacher ma vie avec des histoires qui finissent toujours en larmes ou en cauchemar. Je ne veux plus broyer tout moi.
Je n'ai plus d'estime pour moi, je n'ai plus d'estime pour toi. Tant pis pour ça, tant pis pour ça. Je continue mon chemin, tu es déjà très loin derrière moi, très loin derrière moi. Oui, c'était une belle histoire pour finalement taire mon regard foudroyé. Sans me retourner, je pars comme je suis venu, encore plus déçu. Et le pire dans tout ça, c'est que je reste un inconnu pour toi. Par pitié, arrêtez de me planter les couteaux.
You can't really see it, but we made it to Sedan and were immediately greeted by some nice rundown what am I saying, rundown buildings? Ruins. I guess I'm gonna go downtown now, maybe find a place to eat something, and then afterwards I'm gonna look for a spot to sleep. Oh, do you hear this? Some crazy hardcore festival going on. So, Saturday night in Sedan. The streets in the center were definitely alive. Not bars or clubs, but a parade of the same 5 cars doing endless laps around the town center. So yeah, not a lot of nightlife in Sedan, apart from the one hardcore festival, but you will never see me ride.
I told you, shit is about to go down, and we just started. So I want to know, are you guys ready for Thunder? Your
Gamble. You hear like a build-up and the drop can be like decent or just over the top, you know. For my taste at least, I get why people like it, of course. But yeah, it's funny. There's also so many people with like kids here, just like families. There was probably so little to do in Sedan that there was like, oh kids, there's an event in the park, let's go. Well, that was that. Oh, ambulance just pulled up. Yeah, there was like somebody laying in the bushes. The DJ actually played some bangers, man. Music wasn't too bad, just a little too hard to my liking. I can have like hard style and stuff and some hardcore songs also, and it's a pretty nice community in general, especially these like open air stuff which are free. It's nice, it's nice. I can like just stand there with my backpack and don't get any weird looks. So yeah, now it's time to find a place to sleep. This city just has random fields. It's like just a very big patch of grass in between the buildings and the streets. I'm kind of tempted to just put my tent up in the middle of this patch of grass. I don't think anyone is gonna bother me, but yeah, I just might have to find a more secluded spot now. Alright, so I found a spot a couple of clicks out of the city. It's next to the bike path. The bike path is right there behind tall grass, and I set my tent up behind this barbed wire next to a cornfield. It should be calm in the night since yeah, we're not in the city anymore. I tried looking for some spots in the city, but there were like just too many people roaming around, just doing their thing. They didn't even look weird or anything. They weren't like surprised by my presence over there in the random areas, because they were also just roaming in random areas. Yeah, I mean, so far I kind of like the mentality. They just mind their own business, you know. All right. Whew. Good morning. The sleep was alright, a little short, but not that bad. Okay, so since Charleville there is active freight traffic again. However, these trains won't stop anywhere near the city or the next ones. So I have to go a few cities up the line. I can bike it, but the nice bike trail kind of ends here, and the heat wave that's going on right now is also far from over. So I might just take a passenger there. I'm gonna head into the city now, buy some more supplies and figure out a plan.